Hi students, welcome to the orientation video for fall 2022. This video serves as an orientation for both of my second 9-week fall trigonometry classes. So if you haven't already done so, I recommend that you print out a copy of the syllabus for the course that's located in our Canvas shelf for the course under the Files tab. The Files tab is the tab on the left. For the remainder of the video, I'd like to go through our syllabus together and add some important details along the way. And as questions arise, and this goes for the whole course, but as questions arise, you ought to write them down and send them to me to my school email account. Don't send any messages to me through Canvas. I only use Canvas to post files for you and nothing more. But I'll talk much more about this in a few minutes. So let's go ahead and get started. So from the first page of our syllabus. All right, this is Math 140. It's a trigonometry class, and this is fall 2022. And if you're in either of the sections listed on the page there, you're in the right place. So if you're in sections, what are they, 22,809 or 31,383, you're in the right place, and I want to welcome you. My name is Professor Leon. A little bit about me. I'm starting my 33rd year here at Cerritos. I was hired as a full-time professor way back in 1990, and I've been a full-time professor here since. And most of my classes are taught in person for that third of a century that I've been teaching. But as of the past few years, since 2020, I've done some of my teaching schedule online, so I'm broadcasting to you from my home here in Long Beach, California. So not really. Well, actually, I am, but you're probably seeing this from a video that's been downloaded on YouTube. So much more of that as we go along. Okay. My email address is rleon@cerritos.edu. And as I mentioned a couple seconds ago, I want you to contact me only through this email address and not through Canvas. Please don't send emails through Canvas. I may or may not see them. Okay, so send me emails through my school email address, rleon@cerritos.edu. You can also come and see me in person if you want, although there's no requirement at all in this course that you come on campus. But you're definitely welcome to come and visit me during my in-person office hours. I'll talk more about that in a minute. So let's talk a little bit about my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is One Calculus Man, no space between one and Calculus Man, and lowercase c for Calculus Man. And I guess you can tell from that I'm a math professor, just from the name. And all of my online courses are conducted through videos posted on YouTube. In fact, let's talk a little bit about this course. All of my online courses, including this course, is conducted what's called asynchronously. Now, asynchronously means in part that there will be no live lectures whatsoever. There will be no live office hours whatsoever. You simply view video lectures that I post in our playlist on YouTube, complete homework, and then take exams. And of course, send me lots and lots of questions as they arise. Please don't hesitate to send questions, even if it's just one question, or if it's a ton of questions, or if it's questions covering something weeks ago. Don't be shy. Just send me your questions. I don't mind. In fact, I'm waiting for your questions. Okay? All right. So my office hours are Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays from 4:30 to 5:30. And I want you to send me emails anytime during the week, though, even on weekends. I have no problem with that. Those office hours on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays from 4:30 to 5:30 are my in-person office hours. I'll be on campus on those at that time on those days. But you're welcome to send me email anytime. And so as far as you're concerned, I always have office hours. And if I don't respond to you right away, it just means I'm away from my computer. I usually respond within a few hours, unless you email me like at 3 in the morning or something. But I may still even do that. Okay, so the point is, I want to be available to you. The course is very tough, and you will likely need some help, and a lot of help from me, and I don't mind. Okay. Okay. Uh, let's see. The text is Trigonometry, Right Triangle Approach, the fifth edition by Sullivan and Sullivan. I sent you an email last Friday, and I hope you saw on that email that there's a link directly to the bookstore, and there are even a couple of links that go further and directly link you to the textbook that's listed in the bookstore. So if you want to do it really quick, then you can go directly to those links and get your textbook right away. If you're going to get your textbook somewhere else, that's fine too. Just make sure you get it right away. You're going to need to start homework pretty much right away. The course is an 18-week course compressed into 9 weeks. So basically, we do things twice as fast as we do in a regular lecture. And I kind of mentioned for the third time that the course is tough. So you're going to need to keep up with things, and part of that is going to be to get started with the homework as soon as possible. So anyways, I'll stop harping about that. Prerequisites for the course. That statement on the syllabus is directly out of your course catalog. So I'll distill it down a little bit more for you. Essentially, you need to have had a course in second semester algebra, algebra 2, or intermediate algebra, and also a course in geometry. And it would be a real good idea that you've passed both of those courses with a grade of C or higher. There's no expiration date on those prerequisites, so if you had the course a few years ago, it's fine. If you're not sure if you should be taking this course or if you should bone up on prerequisite materials, I would talk to your counselor. And chances are you've already talked to your counselor, and they've placed you here, and they've helped to place you here and stuff. So you're probably fine as long as you've met the prerequisites for the course. Okay, the next thing there, graphing calculator. You'll need a graphing calculator for this course, but not to do very much. For most of the course, you can probably get by with a scientific calculator, really, really cheap scientific calculator. You may be able to even use an online scientific calculator. The requirement for a graphing calculator is primarily for a very little bit of work that we do in this course, part of the work that we do in this course. And for students who are going to be moving on from this course into a pre-calculus and then through the calculus sequence where the graphing calculator is more heavily used. Let's talk about the goals for the course. This course, the statement there is right out of the course catalog. The course is primarily, I'll give you sort of my take on the course. The course is designed primarily for science majors as part of their preparation to take calculus. Most of the students who take this course traditionally are STEM majors, students who are majoring in STEM courses, science, technology, engineering, or math courses. Lately, and by lately I mean in the past 3 or 4 years, many non-science major students have been taking this course to meet the requirement for transfer level math, which is just fine. I have no problem with that. If you're in that boat, if you're in that group of students who are taking this course to meet your transfer level requirements, consider maybe a major in the sciences. This course will give you a real good indication of the kind of math that they use as tools, everyday tools for their areas. Essentially, to kind of boil the course down, the course is a very specific part of geometry that deals with using triangles, and why that is and again, I'm really oversimplifying this, is that triangles can be used to measure, indirectly measure very difficult things, and that's about all I can say without really going into a detailed overview of trigonometry. If you want to see what trigonometry is all about, maybe Google, or go to YouTube and Google what is trigonometry for, and I'm sure you get some really good videos on that. So we're going to study triangles, and there's a lot to it. The course is a very involved and a very difficult course. So let's continue on here. Homework. Homework assignments will be posted on Canvas under the Files tab. A little bit more about homework. I don't collect it, but students must complete it. And by complete it, I don't mean try it or do a few problems. The homework must be completed. This course is a very, very difficult course. And the only way to succeed for most students is going to be to study video lectures, not just view them, and not just passively turn them on and have them on in the background, but to actually study video lectures and take notes during those video lectures and to complete homework. There is absolutely no way around that. Okay. Let's see what else here. Let's see. Exams. There will be two major exams, and one final exam. So we're going to have two exams and one final. We're not going to have any quizzes along the way. Each exam, it will be worth 100 points, and the final will be worth 200 points. And we'll look at a schedule of the exams in a few minutes. So there's never going to be a mystery as to when an exam is and stuff. And there's a lot more details about exams coming up. So here's something that you really want to tune in about here. This is something that that I've done for about 15 to 20 years of my of my 32 plus years teaching here. Students may work together in groups of up to 4 people. And you heard that right. You can work together in teams of up to 4 people. And I do this in person or online. I do this for all my classes. So let's take a look at some details about working in teams or groups. First of all, you may work alone. Okay, so you may work alone or in teams of up to 4 people. You can work alone. You can work with 1 partner, 2 partners, 3 partners. So you can work in groups of up to 4 people. But if you decide to do that, there are some details that are kind of important here. Only 1 exam is to be submitted per team. So if you work with 3 other people, so if you're in a group of 4 people, I'm not going to accept 4 different exams from those people. You're going to decide who's going to turn in the final copy of the exam, and then I'll grade that one and I'll return that one exam to all 4 people in the team. Now remember, you're not obligated to work in a group. So if this doesn't sound good for you, then don't work on a team. It's totally up to you. You're not obligated to work in a team in any way. Although I do recommend it. I keep mentioning that the course is very difficult, and your teammates will serve to really help you close the gaps of in terms of information that or things that you might not be real strong with and stuff. And they'll help you learn along the way too. Okay, so you're not obligated to work in a group, and you can change groups at almost any time. I don't want people changing groups during an exam. That should kind of make sense. So you can change up anytime you like, except during an exam. And it happens frequently. Not everybody's going to connect with everybody else. So if you find that you're not connecting with a group, you just send me an email saying, I'm not connecting with my group. It's not working out. And I can try to find you a new group, or you can decide that you want to work alone. It's just fine. It's just fine. Okay. So let's take a look at how to form a group. So if you already know who you want to work with, and of course, you know that they want to work with you, send me the names of your teammates. Remember the maximum group size is 4 people, and I'm going to stick to that. I don't want 5 or more people working together on a test. Okay. Now here's most likely the scenario though. If you don't know anybody in the class and you want to join a group, then just send me an email saying exactly that. State in the subject line group or I want to join a group, and then I'll try to match you up with others. Okay. Again, remember, you are not obligated to work in a team. It's perfectly fine to work on your own. Although I really recommend that you do work with at least one other person and stuff. Okay. So how are you supposed to submit exams to me? So let's take a look at the next page of the syllabus while I cough. All right. So submitting exams. Exams are to be handwritten on clean white paper. I don't want you to use any lined paper or graphing paper or grids of any kind. Primarily the reason for that is I'm actually going to download your exams as PDF files and write on them, and it's really kind of difficult when there are lots of lines, or if the paper is colored, or if it's real crinkled up paper and stuff. So make sure your paper is really clean and it's nice white paper, okay? So make sure that your scans are clear before sending them. If I can't read it, I won't grade it. I hope that should be obvious to you. If I can't read it, then I can't grade it, okay? Now here's the deal, and this happens every single semester. Your exams must be sent to me as a PDF. I don't accept photographs of exams, okay? I do not accept photographs. Please concentrate on this right now, okay? So send your exam as a PDF to my email address at arleon@cerritos.edu. Remember, don't send things to Canvas. Send them directly to my email. And I just mentioned this, do not send photos, and do not send your exams to Canvas, okay? If you don't have a scanning app on your device, or if you don't know if you do, then check out your device. Look under settings or whatever, and check out to see if you have a scanning app on your device. If you don't, there are tons of them available online for free. I am no tech whiz at all, but I was able to download a scanner to my phone within minutes, and it worked beautifully. I think what's called Tiny Scanner. I think that's the title of mine, and I'm not recommending it necessarily. I think I selected it pretty much at random, but I was able to do it. You should have no problem, but I do not accept photos of work, please. Okay, so next, along the lines of things I don't accept, I also don't accept makeup. So I don't give makeups for the course. Okay, so when I assign a test, you need to take that test, and you need to just submit it back to me before the due date or due time. Okay, we'll talk more about that in a few minutes. So here are a few more do's and don'ts regarding exams. Unless otherwise indicate, or actually before that, show all work. Some of your exam material is going to be multiple choice. If it's multiple choice, then you do not need to show any work. For exam questions that are not multiple choice, then you do show work, and you won't have to guess whether you need to submit work for something or not. I'm going to state on the individual problems, show all work, or if it's a multiple choice question, do not do the opposite. Then do not send work, do not show work. Okay. So for multiple choice, don't show any work, but for anything else, you basically show all work. Okay, so the next thing on there is, unless otherwise indicated, you may use your textbook, notes, files on the class Canvas page, and video lectures for the course, and calculators whenever it's appropriate to use a calculator. So basically, your exams are open book and open notes. But don't read this any further. You may not use anything else. You may not use any online resources, including the popular chegg.com or slater.com or any of the other cheat sites. I have subscriptions to these cheat sites, and I submit answers and check them against information found on these websites, okay, for cheating. Please do not use other online resources, okay, other than the ones I mentioned, your textbook, notes, files on Canvas, video lectures, and your YouTube videos, okay? You may not, let's see what's the next thing here. You may not work with anyone, including tutors, outside of your own group. So you can work with other group members, members from other groups, or anyone else, this is cheating. Okay. And now here, pay real close attention to this. Okay, this next one. Any group where cheating is determined to have occurred will receive a 0. Okay, so if you're in a group where someone or more than one person has been determined to have been cheating, that entire group will receive a score of 0. So you may want to, before you even take a test, make sure that you talk with your group mates and remind them that, hey, we got to not cheat here, because any one of us cheats and the rest of us go down. All of us go down. Okay. And keep in mind again that if you're not comfortable with this, you're not obligated to work in a team. You can always work by yourself. So okay. The last thing there under the do's and don'ts, a few more do's and don'ts, is you're only allowed to use the methods and theorems discussed in video lecture. You can only use the things that are discussed in this course in video lecture. So how are you supposed to know if you're using something? How are you supposed to know whether you can use a method or not? If it's not in video lecture, you can't use it. Okay, so again, there's a lot of good information out there on YouTube and all over the internet about how to solve trigonometry problems. But I want you to concentrate. In fact, I insist that you concentrate only on using the methods that we discuss in video lecture in this course. Okay, let's move on. So grades are determined using a pretty standard grading scale. So 90 to 100% is an A, 80 to 89% is a B, 70 to 79% is a C, and below that is not passing. If you're a science major, it's probably a good idea for you to aim as high as possible. In fact, science major or not, you should aim as high as possible for a grade in the course. But below C is not passing. Okay. So then the next item up here is the actual course outline for the course. The course outline contains a couple of real important things. It tells you where week to week where we'll be section wise. So if you concentrate on the first week there, it says week 1, October 17th through October 23rd, sections 2.1 and 2.2. So when you look at our playlist, you should see for week 1, you should see the videos on covering sections 2.1 and 2.2. So you have all week to view those videos, study those videos, and to complete homework from those videos. Okay, so at the end of that week, you've done all that stuff, and then you're ready to continue with week number 2, which says sections 2.3, 2.4, and 2.5. And at that point, I will have posted videos to our playlist on those sections, and you keep going. On the third week of the course, you notice it's highlighted there. There are kind of 3 gray highlighted areas on our schedule. On our third week, we're going to have our first test. So you notice that I don't have sections listed there. That's on purpose. I'm not going to list any or post any new videos on that week. What you're to do is to review or to finish up any homework problems that you haven't finished up. You're to review anything and everything that we covered up to that point. Look at your homework problems, finish your old homework problems, review video lectures if necessary. And then on Thursday of that week, I will post your exam. So if you're concentrating on week number 3, on Thursday of that week, I'm going to post exam 1. And notice there's an asterisk there. Let's go down below the course outline. The exam will be posted by 6 p.m. So that first asterisk says is a note that I'm going to post your exam pretty much by 6 p.m. Maybe a few minutes early on Thursday. And you have exactly 1 day, 24 hours to work on that exam, to get it ready to be scanned, to scan it as a PDF. Do not send me photographs of exam work, and to send me the exam materials by 6 p.m. the following Friday, the Friday after you started, 24 hours after you've started. So I post the exams on Thursday at 6. They're due at 6 p.m. in my inbox, in my email inbox, not to Canvas, in my email inbox by 6 p.m. Then I take about up to about a week to grade them and record them and return them to you. Okay, so directly after that you've taken that test on Friday, you can either take a break for a day or two and then resume video lectures on the following. Let's see, if we're looking at exam 1, week 4, covering videos will start covering 2.6, 2.8, 2.7, and 3.3. I'll try to have those videos done for you on or ready for you on your playlist as soon as you finished your exam. Okay. What else? The only I'm sorry. Let me start that again. For the two exams, the exams are posted on Thursday at 6 and due on Friday by 6 p.m. The exception to that, or there's a difference with the final exam. The course ends on Thursday of finals week. So for your final exam, if you want to concentrate on, or if you want to take a look at the schedule up on your syllabus, on week 9, we have a review, of course, and then your exam is posted on Wednesday at 6 instead of Thursday, and then due 24 hours later by 6 p.m. on Thursday. While you're taking an exam, you feel free to send me questions regarding anything that you might have about the exam. If you get not on particular topics and stuff, you're supposed to know stuff. But if you see something that might look like a typo on an exam, if you're not clear about directions, please don't hesitate to send me email. I don't mind. I'm here for you again. I hope I've made that really clear. Your success in this course is extremely important to me. I hope you realize that. Okay. So that's about it for now. On the playlist for our course, you probably noticed that I've also posted the first video lectures for the course. Feel free to get started right away. Again, I want to welcome everybody to our course. Study hard. This course is tough, but I know you can do it. I've been doing this a long time. I know that students who really genuinely put in the effort that I indicated in the last 15-20 minutes ago can do it. You would not have gotten this far if you couldn't. Okay, and let me help along the way. And once again, welcome and take care, everybody.